Hey guys, welcome back to Puffalada, and welcome back to Café Enchanté. I don't know what's going on. I think that we're going to take over the cafe. We got introduced to the guys. Let's just get into it. Yeah, we already read that. It's all true, isn't it? About other worlds, the non-humans, that Grandpa kept this place open for all of you?
まあね。というか、俺たち自身の存在が一番の証拠だと思うんだけどさ。
私も嘘ではないと保証します。私はれっきとした打天使であり、このアンシャンテの居候でしたから。ここはそんな我々にとって最高の喫茶店でした。
だが、ソーアン殿が亡くなった以上、今まで通りとはいかないだろうな。
Canis shakes his head with sullen movements. You all came to the shop from other worlds using that door, right? So what happens if the shop was demolished? If the shop closed down and was demolished, I'm pretty sure the door wouldn't survive.
別に大したことじゃねえ。鍵さえ開いてりゃ勝手に来ることくらいはできる。
The lock?
ゲート。あの扉にプレートがかかっていただろう。
The plate, I assume it's the one that reads open and closed. Right, I see it, but is that the lock?
不思議なもんでね。うちの鍵はあれなんだよ。
Our lock.
そのままの意味だけど、オープンなら扉は開くし、クローズドなら扉は開かない。俺たちとしては、イグニスが言ったように、鍵さえ開いていれば、勝手に出入りもできるんだけどね。けど、たまーに良くないものが出てくる可能性もあるから、基本的にはちゃんと施錠した方がいいね。
Okay. What unpleasant things?
世界を滅ぼす系の者たちですね。あとは自分以外の生き物を目にすると容赦なく虐殺するものとか。
Okay! That's too dangerous! Grandpa, how could you open up the shop without batting an eye at that kind of danger?
ちなみに店舗を潰したら異世界の扉がどうなっちゃうのか心配になるかもしれないけど、そこは心配いらないよ。そもそもゲートは破壊できないからね。それに店舗も俺やイルが術をかけててね。完全じゃないけど、店を害する相手が自然と遠ざかるようには仕向けてあったりするからさ。
At least they're useful for something. In other words, it seemed the shop eluded demolition due to this mysterious power. I see. That's astounding. It does seem rather convenient.
そういうものってだけだよ。意外と知らないだけで不思議なことはその辺に溢れてるもんさ。
But if that's really the case, the shop couldn't ever disappear. Isn't that right?
場所だけはね。けどそこが居心地のいい場所かどうか、それはまた別の問題でしょ。俺たちが望んでいる場所は、この店のアンシャンテのマスターが俺たち人外を快く迎えてくれる場所なんだ。
A place where you feel welcome. Oh.
わがままだっていうのは誰よりも俺たちが痛感してるんだけどね。
A silence once again drapes over the cafe as those words were uttered. While I was still searching for what to say, Mizir suddenly stands up from his seat.
何せよ、急な話なのは理解してるよ。俺たちは少し席を外すから、ちょっと考えてみて。
Wait, but where are you going?
我々はおのおのがソーアン殿よりアンシャンテの上階を間借りしていてな。久方ぶりということもあるので、そこへ。
Y'all best be paying rent. You rented rooms?
頻繁にここへ訪れ、宿泊することもあったのだ。それぞれ家賃を払って借りていたのだ。
I see. Come to think of it, Eel did clearly mention he was living in the shop. It's true that I'd yet to see the second floor of Enchanté. I really would have never imagined that these non-human guests would be staying up there.
つうかジジイが死んだなら俺たちの部屋どうなってんだ。根こそぎ片付けられたりしてねえよな。
I'm not sure. I haven't been upstairs yet. I don't know if a housing authority or city officials have come to see the property.
それは困ります。
Why? Eel abruptly stands up.
私の部屋には大事な宝物があるのです。それを留守中に片付けたなどと。こうしてはいられません。一刻も早く無事を確かめなくては。
Okay. With that, Eel rushes up the stairs in a huff. I think he might have flown a bit even. What in the world?
ほっとけ。あいつはいつもああなんだよ。
というかここの結界はゆかりのない人よけも兼ねてるし、まあ心配ないとは思うけどね。
んじゃ俺も部屋行ってくるわ。ガネス、お前も相部屋だし来るだろ
う。ああ。とはいえ我々は物が少ない。ついでに簡単な掃除でもしておくか。
As they begin to climb the stairs.
それじゃあことね。君は一度ゆっくり考えてみて。なんならコーヒーでも入れてみたら。
Mizir, the last one to leave, winked at me as he spoke. After the sounds of their steps faded away, the space around me was hushed in comparison to how it was moments ago. But then, this would have been what Enchanté would have been right now, if those men hadn't arrived. Whew! People from other worlds, non-humans come here to this cafe. Huh. At first, I was wondering if I should even bother trying to run the cafe at all. Now, as I sit here by myself, I'm beginning to question the very nature of reality. Ugh, I need to gather my thoughts. Mizir was considerate enough to let me have some time alone. Maybe I should go outside and get some air. I look to the horizon. The sun is setting. I take in its light and let out a sigh. The cold begins to grip me as the day ends. I sit on the bench and go over everything that just happened. I found that door. I met Mizir and the others. Kanus, Eel, and Ignis. They all claim they aren't human. All of this easily erasing whatever knowledge of the world I used to hold. Ow! I know this is cliche, but I pinched myself to make sure I could still feel it. I did, so that meant this is all real? I pinch my elbow and my hand, but of course the result is the same. Sitting there, I take a breath deeper than the deepest ocean. It seemed like every guest Grandpa rented to developed a meaningful friendship with him.
場所だけはね。けどそこが居心地のいい場所かどうか、それはまた別の問題でしょ。俺たちが望んでいる場所はこの店のアンシャンテのマスターが俺たち人外を快く迎えてくれる場所なんだ。
Ooh. Holding in this irritable feeling. Ugh. I let out a groan. It was a sound no one would expect to come from someone like me. What do I do? The sunset. It's so pretty. But I can only escape my reality for so long. As if to try to find an answer, I open the letter from Grandpa once again.
ことね。本当はこう SNS 的ななんかでメッセージを残そうと思ったんだが
Grandpa!
それじゃ遺言として認められないらしい。だから仕方なく手紙に書いとく。スタンプとか使える方が便利なのにな。
Honestly, I always loved breaking the mold. A bittersweet feeling draws a smile. I bite my lip as I read over the letter again. An official will was delivered to my parents, so this is basically just a personal message from grandfather to granddaughter. Most of the content was just random chatter. Questions about me eating properly, making sure I was being nice to my parents, and if I was doing okay at the company where I got my job, things like that. When Grandpa would come to the house every so often, we had so much fun talking. He was sensitive to how I felt. He never did try to pry too much into my daily life. I guess this letter, it helped him work through all of the concern he must have had for me. I'm sorry, Grandpa. It's difficult to talk about out loud, but the food supply company where I was hired was infamous for being strict about work. That became apparent right away once I started my job there. The sales department would go door to door selling health products and supplements that were basically scams. As an office worker, I dealt with all the complaints that came from customers each day and night. They brought me on right out of high school, even though I barely made the cut, so I forced myself to endure the labor. But after so many days of working there, the ringing of the phone would trigger me. I can still hear my boss yelling. God, the music, though.
You can always be replaced. Just do what I say. You have nowhere else to go, do you? No one needs you. I picked you up, so you better be grateful.
God. I was tired, bitter, and I just wanted to quit. It was at that time when I got Grandpa's letter, which I'm looking at right now.
辛かったら逃げてこい。ジジイの道楽で始めた店だが、
Oh.
それがお前の居場所になるならそれでいい。お前の人生だ。お前が自分で決めていいんだ。
Yeah, that's right, Grandpa. I fold the letter and take a deep breath. There's no one here to guide me now. But still, I really hate that there isn't. I know I just want things to be easy. I think of what Grandpa would say, wishing that he were here right now. Huh? I thought they went to check on their rooms. My face lifts up at the doorbell ringing to see Mizir standing there.
俺だけはアンシャンテに泊まったりしてなかったからさ。特に部屋も借りてないし、ただブラブラって店の中うろついてきただけ。まあその代わり毎日欠かさず来店してたけどね。魔王の仕事があるから基本夜には帰っちゃうけど。
Mizir smiles, adding that he'd continue to come if I were to take over the shop. He then comes to sit on the bench with me. Oh, I didn't expect that. I'm sure it's not as bad as Eel, but I did imagine that you'd be living here too.
俺ってばそんなに怠惰な感じ？いると一緒とかちょっとショックかも。
So rude. Huh? Eel is a mess? I couldn't really see that at all. More importantly, is it okay for you to look like that out here?
大丈夫大丈夫。魔王様はチートが使えてなんぼですよ。他人の認識いじるなんてちゃちゃいなちゃい。
That does not seem like the right thing to say. A favorite word. Things he performs with this word. Ah. Interesting. He stretched calmly, saying that scary fact. I wondered how detached from humanity he really was. I mean, just look at his clothes. His face, the way he talks, the way he laughs. Maybe he doesn't look that different yet.
あ、というか、まだ考え事の最中だった。提案したくせに邪魔しちゃったらごめん。
Oh, no, it's fine. Actually, in all honesty, it was helpful that he came to chat. I couldn't help but feel like thinking about this all on my own would just get me down.
それさ、 ソーアンからの手紙。
As he pointed to the letter, I realized I forgot to put it away. Oh, yes, it is. I was holding it to my chest out of reflex, probably because it was taking me through a lot of those memories and emotions just now. Responding ambivalently, he stares at the letter for a moment, then speaks.
ソーアンってさ、辛いもの食べられないの知ってた？唐辛子とかもう全然ダメでさ。
Why are you telling me this? His sudden comment caught me off guard. Huh? I never knew. Grandpa always seemed so sprightly.
だよね。キャラじゃないよね。その他にも、実はゴキブリがダメとかさ。
Ew. Really? Well, I can't deal with cockroaches either. Mizir continued on, speaking kindly of the grandfather I didn't know. Though, I'm sure, it was a tiny bit of the things he wanted to say. I could tell. These memories were very precious to him.
ソーアンはさ、大雑把な性格の割に上手だったんだよね。コーヒー入れるの。
Yeah, it was only when he poured coffee, though only might be a bit mean, that he was so intentional and serious. Mizir nodded in agreement with my comment.
魔王も騎士も打天使も魔獣もこの店にいる限りはただの客。コーヒーを頼んでおやつをつまんでただただそんな時間を楽しむ場所。そういう場所なんだよここは。だからこそ俺たちはこの店がアンシャンテが好きなんだ。
You're not gonna ask me, are you? To take over the cafe?
ん？まあ、そうだね。うまく言えないけど、それは違うかなって。そりゃついで欲しいは欲しいけどさ。
That's actually quite nice of him. Like, I'm surprised he's not being, like, pressury, you know? That's not a word, but whatever. Laughing a bit to himself, he stood up, looking satisfied somehow.
とにかくさ、何もかもが君にとっては急すぎるし、決断が難しいのは承知の上だよ。
After a nod in response, he pauses for a moment, then speaks again.
ことね、明日の予定は？ソーアンに聞いてたけど、確か今の勤め先って東北なんだよね。もう帰っちゃったりするかな。
Tomorrow, I don't have anything planned. As for work, ew. Same.
ことね。
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't have anything planned.
そっか。じゃあ明日またここに来てみない？
To Enchanté?
そう。もちろん君さえ嫌じゃなければだけど、せっかく時間があるならいろいろ話してみたくてさ。店を継ぐ継がないは別として、俺は君のことを知りたいし、君に俺のことを知ってほしい。
Mizir gave me a smile that did not look at all suspicious and was actually friendly. I haven't been asked a question like that in a while, outside of a family context anyway. I put up my guard in reflex and probed him. And why would you want to do that?
それはもちろん運命の出会いだからなんちゃってね。
Ugh. Even if it was just a joke, he had the guts to mention something as cheesy as destiny, and him saying it with such a carefree smile brought a smile to my face as well. Yes, it's possible that this is destiny, considering that it would be impossible for a normal person to meet a demon king.
お、魔王様ってことやっと信じてくれた？
Well, I wouldn't get anywhere if I didn't.
なんだ妥協か。まだ疑わしいって言うならもっと説得力ある証拠を見せてあげるよ。
I'm scared. What is it? Evidence?
そうだね。 例えばロマンチックに
Uh,
あの太陽を砕いてみせてとか、この星を跡形もなく滅ぼしてと
please
か、
don't.
君直々のお願いならそのぐらいのことはしてあげるよ。
Is that romantic? His smile scares me, as if to say that he would actually go through with that.
まあその件も含めてさ、明日のご来店お待ちしております。なんて本来言うべきは俺じゃないんだけど。
I'll think about it. I'll consider whether or not to return, or I'll return. Even if I were to start heading back right now, I'd be home around midnight. Considering how dangerous that might be, maybe it's better I stay here tonight. But I'm a bit reluctant to stay at Enchanté with all these people I don't even know. For now, I let Mizir know they'll be leaving to get a hotel for the night.
うん、わかった。じゃあ他のみんなには俺の方から伝えておくよ。
Will everything be okay with the lock?
イルとカヌスがこっちに残るから多分大丈夫。ゲート側の管理も任せておいて。それじゃあことね。また明日。
Right. See you tomorrow. Oh,
あ、どうかした？
oh no, it's nothing really. I haven't said see you tomorrow to anyone in such a long time. It really was nothing. Outside of work, I just didn't seem to live the same way other people did. Mizir didn't make me feel weird, and he replied shyly.
俺もだよ。
He smiled with an endless kindness. It was then I realized that I was no longer just considering coming by tomorrow. Once I got to the hotel, the promise I made to see Mizir became rather clear. Yay! Oh, so beautiful! The hotel I was able to find was very nice considering how little it cost. After taking a shower and changing, I lied down in the bed in the room. I'm so tired. It's definitely due to mental stress. It's time I get to sleep. I let out a yawn as I reached out to the light by the pillow. No matter how many times I think about it, I really just experienced something insane, though I no longer thought it was a dream. Good night. Still feeling the small morsel of excitement towards visiting Enchanté tomorrow, I close my eyes and give in to sleep. Yay! This is so cute. I hear a voice. It sounds like a child. Someone crying. Oh god, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Oh god, oh god. Solitude is lonely. Huh? My mind was blank, and I had no idea where I was or when this was. I'm scared. I've been waiting for you. A person appeared without a sound and stretched out their hand. Ah! Their trembling fingers sank into my chest. They literally sank in. They plunged in, like a hand submerging into water. Ugh! My heart felt like an alarm going off. My body shook in pain. Unable to breathe, I could feel my consciousness slipping. But there was something more harrowing. Help me. It clung to me. This unknown plea rang in my head. It was so pitiful, so sad. I tried batting away the hand, but I just couldn't, no matter how hard I tried. What's happening? I woke up to the sound of my heavy heartbeat. It took me a moment to realize the space around me was just the hotel room that I had booked for the evening. I don't remember everything very well, but that definitely felt like a nightmare. And we're gonna stop here. That is scary as shit. I did not expect that at all. I was like, oh my god, everything's wonderful. And then all of a sudden, hand, boom, into the chest. Like, no. We're gonna just move on. Let's just go meet everyone again and work or something. I don't know. Just do something else rather than that.